Welcome to another of my video. At the end of this video, you should know how to use the rectangle command to generate or to construct the sectional view for a building. Straight rectangle command. So the first thing I intend to draw is the wall. And currently, I am using AutoCAD architecture. It means, therefore, that I will need to put the @ sign to generate the second point. So my first task is to engage rectangle by typing REC, followed by the enter key. The command bar will then ask me to specify the first point. I left click. Then the wall is 150 millimeters wide by, in this case, I want 4,000. So it's 150, comma, 4,000. Oh, sorry. I need the @ sign here. So rectangle, left click, @ sign, shift, @ sign, 150, comma, 4,000, enter. So this is my wall, one wall. Next, I want my footing. And in this case, I'm using a standard footing, 450 by 200. Spacebar to activate rectangle. Left start. Then I shift, @ sign, 450, comma, 200, 200, and this is my thing. Next, I will need my belting. And the belting is 300 by 150. So space bar, reactivate my rectangle command. Next, I left click my start point, shift, @ sign, then type 150, 150, comma, 300, 300, but by the enter key. So this is my belting. I could go ahead and move this in, or I could basically draw everything first. Move, M, enter, move, specify the base point. I click here. Then I'm going to drag and drop this right in place here. That is in place. I could also drop my footing in as well. So this I say M for move or space bar. The space bar will tell me to specify the base point, which is here. That is in place. Now I need my wall plate. For this, I'm using my wall plate. I'm using 100 millimeters by 75 millimeters. So rectangle, left click here, left click, and of course I'm using AutoCAD architecture. It means therefore that I have to place the @ sign for the first value. And the wall plate is 150, is 100 by 75 millimeters high. 75, and so this is my wall plate. And from the wall plate, I will need my fascia board. I'll need a fascia board, and I will be using, for this fascia board, I'm going to use fascia board is 25 millimeters thick, and it should be 200. I'm using 250 high. So again, rectangle, left click, 25, 25, comma. Oh, I need to put the @ sign. Space bar, left click, shift, @ sign, 25, comma, 250, 50, enter. So this is my fascia board. No, my soffit. In this case, I want a closed closed fill eve detail. So I'm gonna use my soffit is typically the overhang is 450 and the board is probably I should use 1/2 inch thick board. So I should make this 13. So space bar for rectangle, left click, and go my @ sign at. Let this be 450 by 450 by 13. And so that is my fascia board. Probably I should move these in place now. M enter for move. Specify the base point. I left click here. Oh, I think I chose the wrong spot for my base point. Let me place it right there. I need to move it again. M enter. It's important that you select the right point for your base point. So that's for that. So this is my fascia board. This is my soffit. Now I need some rafters. So my rafter is 150 by in this case I probably could use 2000 length. So rectangle command, click my start point, and I @ sign. And for this I'm using about 2000. Use 2000 should be good. 2000 comma 156 150. So this is my rafter. On top of the rafter is how long do I make this? Probably I should measure this. I need to know how much this for 2000. No, this is the rafter, and above the rafter we have the plyboard. Above the plyboard is the underlay. Above the underlay we have the roof material, which can be shingle, can be zinc, can be tile, can be some other roofing material. Right? This rafter should be inclined at an angle of 30 degrees in this case, as I want my pitch to be 30 millimeters. Right? All right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add the other members of the same side. So rectangle, left click here to start, and I'm gonna enter @ sign first, at 2000, comma. The thickness of the plyboard is normally 1/2 inch, which would work out to be 13 millimeters. So type 13, and that is there. Now, the next layer that we want is I could use one next layer to represent the underlay and the roofing material. So I'm gonna reactivate rectangle by pressing the space bar. I left click here. Let this be 2000 to sign at 2000 now. I need to start over. Shift @ sign 2000, comma. Let this be about 5 should be good, or 6, and right. So now I basically have all these layers in place. Now I need to establish a point for my overhang is 450. I will need a point somewhere off here for me to align to the wall plate. So for that, I'm going to use a circle. So click on circle. From here, I'm going to draw a circle of, let this be about 600, 600, enter, right? And I could draw a line from here, enter. Then delete this. So what I just did, I create a distance from here, which I'm going to use to align with the wall plate in order to generate the overhang. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna incline this and then copy and then move it onto the actual drawing. So rotate, RO, enter. Select object to rotate, I left here, then left click there, enter. It says specify base point, rotate, I click here, rotation angle. I want this angle to be 30 degrees, 30, enter. So now this has been rotated at 30 degrees. So it's now time for me to move this into the drawing. So I'm gonna click move and move, enter. Base point is right here. And I'm gonna drop this someplace here. And I want this to be a little bit in. So there is good. Then I'm gonna trim out my little notch, delete that, trim out this little notch right here. Trim, it's a TR, enter, enter twice. That is gone. So now I need to move this up. So this is my soffit. So I'm gonna move my soffit into place. Enter. I'm gonna specify here as my base point. And I'm gonna drop this, well, no, I would need to draw a line from here first. Line from here, line out to this point right here. Then move this in place. Enter. I'm gonna select here as the base point. No, I need to select it up as the base point. So enter. Choose here as the base point. Do this. Enter. Now I'm gonna trim off the excess of this excess here, as we don't want this. So for that, I type ER, enter. Then I click here and drag. That is gone. Strip this as well. Delete. Delete. So that is in place. Now my next step is to bring my fascia board in place. So I'm gonna move my fascia board now up to cover the edge of the rafter. So to move this, I type M, followed by the enter key. Enter key. The command bar says specify the base point. In this case, I want here to be my base point. Click here as my base point. And I want some flexibility, so I'm deactivating the orthogonal mode. So I go here and I click this here, click here. Click here to explode. X and no, I think my facial board is a little bit too thick. I probably should use 1/2 inch. It's typically 1/2 inch. Boards are typically 1/2 inch. So I might need to offset this out a little bit. This might be a little bit too long too. Or I could let it stay. So I'm gonna use fillet. Or I could explore that. X, enter. Fillet. F, enter. Touch this, touch that. Yeah, and that is pretty much there. That part of it is done. Yeah. So now is no time for me to generate the pieces for the floor. And for that, I'm gonna I need my ceiling joist. And my ceiling joist is typically I'm gonna use typically 4x2 views. So I could probably use the same 375. So rectangle, click here, shift right click. I'm gonna use 75 by 2000. So 2000, 75, 75, 75, enter. So now I'm gonna move my ceiling joist in place. For that, I'm gonna type M enter, M enter. Click here as the base point. Click that right here. So now my ceiling joist is in place. Right, so that is good. Now, from the ceiling to the finished floor, I want it to be 9 feet. 3 9 is 27. That would work out to 2700. All right. So I'm going to establish that point. I'm going to use a circle, principle of circle here, from here, and I'm going to use a radius of 2700. So here at this point is where my floor would start. My finished floor would start here. So I click there, drop a line right there, enter. Now I can delete that. So in this case, I'm using the principle of circle to establish the floor level. So I'm deleting that. Now that I've done that section, it's now time for me to draw the different layers for the flooring. So the first main layer is our screed and tile. So for that, I'm gonna use probably I know the screed can be between 25 to 50 millimeters thick. So rectangle, REC, enter. I click here. Probably I could start at the same location, spacebar here. And let this be about 3000. So REC, enter. Start point here. Remember, guys, once you're using AutoCAD architecture, you must enter the @ sign before you can enter the X and the Y value for a rectangle. So shift @ sign 3000, comma. Let's use 25. 25, enter. So that is my screed. Now, spacebar for rectangle. I'm going to draw all of them first, then move them into the drawing. The next layer below the screed is the slab. And the slab is typically 100 millimeters thick. So for that, I go shift @ sign and 3000, comma. Thickness is 100, 100, enter. That's the slab. Below the slab, we have the hardcore. So space bar, I left click here, shift at sign 3000, comma 150, which is the standard net for the hardcore. You know what would have been good if I started from the low, from the earth, and work my way up. That way I could pretty much put everything in place. Yeah. Yeah, I probably could do that. Should do that. All right. So now I have the slab, the hardcore. I need a layer to represent the earth. And this can be random distance, because in reality, from the hardcore below, everything else would be earth. But we typically don't draw everything. We typically just draw one little layer to represent the earth, basically. So again, rectangle, space bar to reactivate, left click to start, shift at sign, and this is again 3000, comma. We let this be 300, 300, enter. All right. So now we have these. I'm gonna move these in place now. Enter. Click here. Move this as well. M for move, followed by the enter key. Remember, guys, to pay special attention to the command bar. All right. Then click that in place. Come down here, move, enter, base point here. Click, drop in space. So this is pretty much our sectional view to a part of this. We would want to establish now our ground level. And remember that the ground level is always in line with the top of the screen. Sorry, the top of the hardcore. Right? So this is the screen, this is a slab, this is the hardcore, below here is the earth. This is basically the wall footing, right? This is the wall plate, which we typically offset by 25 millimeters in. So I'm going to offset that. Go for offset, enter. Offset distance, enter to accept through. Left click here, then move inside, 25, enter. If in this case, I will not be adding any steel to this. I could do that, the bars to this, but for now, I won't be doing that. All right. So this is basically how we can generate a sectional view, of course, using rectangle. Remember now, guys, that you typically would fill in the different types of material in these, right? Okay.